While today we're doing 7th grade math lesson 7. So the first one says a car originally priced at $4,000, which means that it will be over 100 because this is the retail price. 100% is on sale for 3,800. So 3,800 is the sale price, and then we don't know the percentage of the markdown, so this would be X. And then we can cross multiply for this. So 4,000 times X times 100 times 3,800, which should be 380,000 equal to 4,000 X. And once we do that, we'll get X is equal to 95, and we're trying to find the percentage of the markdown. To subtract 95 from 100, which should give us 5%. The answer is B. The next problem is an error because there's no problem and context to solve. Number 3, it says the retail price of shoes is marked up by 20% and now the selling price is $96. What was the wholesale price? So if it's marked up 20% from the retail price and now 96, that means it's $96 for 120% of the retail price. And then we're trying to find the wholesale price, so the original retail price, which should be 100, and then X, because we don't know. We cross multiply 120 over 9,600. We divide by 120 on both sides, and that will give us a total answer of $80. So the answer will be B. For number 4, it states for every 2 roses in a bouquet, the florist arranges 3 tulips. So we know that there are 5 flowers in one bouquet, and 2 of them are roses, 3 of them are tulips. It says the total number of roses and tulips in all bouquet is 240. How many tulips are there in all the bouquets? So this means that we would divide 240 divided by 5 to find the number of bouquets, and that would be 48 bouquets. And it's asking how many tulips are there in all the bouquets. So since we know there are 3 tulips in every single bouquet, we multiply 48 times 3, and that will give us a total answer of 144 tulips in all the bouquets. Yeah. So number 5 says if X to Y is 2 to 3 and Y to Z is 6 to 5, what is X to Y to Z? So we know X is 2, we know Y is 3. It says that if we know X is 2, so we can start with 2. We know that Y is either 3 or 6, and we know that Z is 5. And we can just infer from the multiple choice right here that Y would be 3, so it would be 2 to 3 to 5. So right here, X is 2, Y is 3, and C is 5. So our answer would be A. Number 4 says that Ariana puts $100 in a bank that pays 10% compounded annually. How much money should have in her account after 2 years? So the formula would be the amount deposited, so $100, parentheses 1 plus our rate, so we'll convert it to decimal, 0.10 is our decimal for 10%, so 1 plus 0.10, and then we'll put an exponent right here for the number of years, which would be 2, so this, and that would be equal to $121. Answer B is D. Number 7, it says the balance on Peter's bank statement is -20, so -20. How much money does he have to deposit so that the balance on his statement is 0? So we need to add something to get $0. So we just add 20 on both sides. So we'll get x is equal to 20. So Peter needs $20 to make his statement $0. Okay. For these problems, we can kind of convert the equations to like an easier equation. So for example, -8.7 plus 4.2 would also be equal to 8.7 minus 4.2 yeah, so it would be 8.7 minus 4.2, and then we'd add our negative. So if you subtract 7 minus 2 is 5, 8 minus 4 is 4, we will get 4.5, and we add our negative, so it'll be negative 4.5. Same for number 2, or sorry, different for number 2. We see a plus and a minus, so this means 4.3 minus 10.2. We can just convert that. 4.3 minus 10.2, that would be equal to 4.3 plus 10.2, and we add a negative. And once we do that, we'll get 14.5, and we add a negative sign. So that would be equal to negative 14.5 for number 2. For number 3, we see a plus minus again, which means 9.1 minus 2.5, and that's just a regular equation. So we would get 6.6 for this number, because 9.1 minus 2.5 is 6.6. For this one, negative 6.5 plus minus 7.1. So we would change the signs. So negative 6.5 minus 7.1, which would be equal to 6.5 plus 7.1, and we add a negative sign. And that would be equal to 13.6, negative 13.6. For number 5, we would have negative 11.4 plus minus 3.8. So negative 11.4 minus 3.8. This one, it would just be 11.4 plus 3.8, and we add our negative sign. So it would be negative 15.2.